The philosophical foundations of stewardship. Now, this delves into a concept of profound responsibility, a way of looking at our place in the world that transcends mere ownership. It's about recognizing that what we hold, whether it be our talents, our resources, our time, even the very planet we inhabit, is not ours in an absolute sense, but rather entrusted to our care. It calls us to a deeper understanding of our obligations, not just to ourselves, but to something larger than ourselves. Think of a diligent gardener tending to a borrowed estate. They understand that the beauty and productivity of the land are not solely for their immediate benefit. They have a responsibility to nurture it, to improve it, and to ultimately pass it on in even better condition. This, in essence, captures the philosophical heart of stewardship. I've observed many individuals who approach life with a sense of entitlement, as if everything they possess is theirs to exploit without consequence. But true understanding, a deeper philosophical grounding, reveals a different perspective. It suggests that we are all, in some measure, custodians, entrusted with resources that have a value extending beyond our individual desires. Consider the analogy of a museum curator. They don't own the priceless artifacts in their care. Their role is to preserve them, to study them, to make them accessible, and to ensure their integrity for future generations. This sense of responsibility, this understanding of a larger purpose, is central to the philosophy of stewardship. The philosophical foundations of stewardship rest upon several key principles. Firstly, the concept of interconnectedness. Many philosophical traditions emphasize the interconnectedness of all things. We are not isolated entities, but part of a larger web of life. This understanding fosters a sense of responsibility towards the whole, recognizing that our actions have consequences that extend far beyond ourselves. Secondly, the recognition of inherent value. Stewardship often arises from the belief that the world and its resources possess an intrinsic value, independent of their utility to us. This perspective moves us beyond a purely utilitarian view, prompting us to consider the inherent worth of nature, of other living beings, and even of future generations. Thirdly, the principle of responsibility. At its core, stewardship is about taking responsibility. It's acknowledging our capacity to impact the world around us and embracing the obligation to do so in a way that is ethical and sustainable. It's moving beyond blame or inaction and actively engaging in the care and preservation of what has been entrusted to us. Fourthly, the idea of accountability. If we are stewards, then to whom or to what are we accountable? This question leads to various philosophical interpretations, ranging from accountability to a divine creator, to future generations, to the inherent laws of nature itself. Regardless of the specific framework, the concept of accountability underscores the seriousness of our stewardship role. Fifthly, the emphasis on long-term vision. Stewardship inherently involves a perspective that extends beyond immediate gratification. It requires us to consider the long-term consequences of our actions and to make decisions that promote sustainability and well-being for the future. It's about planting trees under whose shade we may never sit, Sixthly, the cultivation of virtue. The effective practice of stewardship often requires the development of specific virtues, such as responsibility, diligence, justice, and foresight. These character traits enable us to act in ways that are consistent with the principles of stewardship. Think of the indigenous cultures who have lived in harmony with their environments for centuries. Their understanding of the land was not one of ownership, but of a sacred trust, a responsibility passed down through generations. Their practices reflected a deep respect for the interconnectedness of life and a commitment to preserving resources for the future. The philosophical foundations of stewardship offer a powerful framework for navigating our relationship with the world around us. It moves us beyond a narrow focus on individual gain and calls us to embrace a broader sense of responsibility, recognizing our role as caretakers of resources that have a value extending far beyond our immediate needs. It encourages us to cultivate the virtues necessary for wise and sustainable action, fostering a long-term vision that benefits both present and future generations. Embracing the philosophy of stewardship is not just an ethical imperative. It's a pathway towards a more harmonious and sustainable existence for all. It's about understanding that we are all part of something larger, and our true fulfillment lies in being responsible and honorable stewards of the gifts we have been given.